So, people, Leicester City nil, Arsenal 2, Mikel Merino to the rescue. Have we found ourselves our striker until the end of the season? Internal solutions, people, that Mikel Arteta was talking about, and one of them came to the rescue today. Um, a hard fought victory in the end, I think you've got to say. When you score two late goals like that in the last 10 or 15 minutes, I think there was a lot of nerves kicking into play. It felt like potentially that we could have dropped points. And there were a number of key moments and key performances in this game today that led to Arsenal picking up an important 3 points. Um, I think a very vital moment that we need to talk about is Miles Lewis Skelly's clearance at the back post. We're 1-0. No, it was 0-0 at the time, actually. The ball gets crossed in. Skelly with an unbelievable little clearance to just flick it out for a corner. Would have been a tap in at the back post for the Leicester player. We could be sitting here right now having a meltdown. So, massive moment from him. Interesting, by the way, that some Leicester fans seem to be targeting Miles Lewis Skelly, which for me is very disappointing in the sense that I feel like the media pile on to the situation that happened with Lewis Skelly when he celebrated that Haaland, did the Haaland celebration. You've almost planted something in the minds of some fans there. This is an 18-year-old, probably an England international soon, that should be getting support from everybody when he plays for England. He hasn't done anything wrong to be vilified around Premier League grounds. And, you know, I heard some boos and some jeering towards him. What? Because he did a Haaland celebration? So I do think these guys like Carragher and Gary Neville, they have to think sometimes before they speak. They have a lot of influence and a big platform. And, you know, I just thought that was very strange to me. But, you know, it is what it is. Great clearance from him. Ethan Nwaneri is a star, people. Let's just get it out there now. Like, he is a star. He is Arsenal's best attacking player at the moment. Now, I know we've got injuries and we're relying on other players, but you can just tell when a baller is a baller, people. Just by the way they control the ball, the way they move the ball, the confidence they have, their body position, the way they hit the ball. I'm seeing players today shoot. Sterling, Trossard at times, Odegaard. They're kicking the ball like it's a concrete brick. They can't hit the ball with power. He's hit one with his right foot, tried to whip it in the far top corner, clips the crossbar. Then he smashes one near post with his right foot that whacks the post. And then he puts a lovely little cross in that Merino just guides into the bottom corner. He was the best player on the pitch today. And I tell you what, it's going to be interesting what happens when Saka comes back. Because if he continues to play anything like this, you can't take him out of the team. Now, I think the problem that you have, even though he came through as a central attacking midfielder, I think he's better on the wing because he isolates people. He gets in 1v1 situations. The game's a lot more crowded in the middle of the pitch. And you want him 1v1 because of how quick he is, his skill, his changes of direction. Now, what's going to happen to Nwaneri over the next month or two is clubs are going to realise he's the biggest threat in Arsenal's attack. And you are going to see clubs start doubling up on him the same way they do to Saka and other players when they realise you're the danger. That's when your game may have to change slightly because you may not get in as many 1v1 situations. But there was even a time in the first half where he had two players on him. He just drifted in the middle of both of them. What an absolutely fantastic performance. I know it's Leicester. I know we'll have more difficult opposition. But what a player. And we saw it during the tour, man. We were lucky close up to see the training sessions, to see the games, to get media access. And you could just see he's exciting on the ball. He goes past people with ease. He can shoot with power. What an exciting talent we've got inside our club right now, people. And, you know, just keep playing him. Keep playing him. He looks fearless. 17. Look at what Lamin's doing at 17. So, yeah, man, that's one of the bright sparks of the season. And also Lewis Skelly as well, who's only 18, don't forget. Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino. I've always rated you, mate. I've always spoke highly of you. Okay, maybe not. I said it was like he was running backwards in concrete. But maybe he's a striker. For now. Maybe not long term, but for now. Not long term for Arsenal. We definitely need to go into the market. I think we all know that. But the first goal was good. The second goal was outstanding. And somebody put a comment in, and they made a great point. They said, doesn't it show you that if we had a good striker with good movement, how well they would do in this team? I don't think you have to be an unbelievable striker to be good in this Arsenal team. You need to have good movement, good understanding, and timing of your runs, but be able to finish. The first goal was good, a good header. I expected him to score that. The ball had good shape. You can see that he's good in the air. But the second one, the composure, great ball in by Trossard. On the bounce, side foot volley into the bottom corner. Does his celebration around the corner flag. I'm like, what a finish that is, by the way. And you're thinking, that's the internal solution until the end of the season. Merino through the middle. Trossard on the left, Nwaneri on the right. Obviously, at times, we will get Martinelli back when he's back from injury, and hopefully Saka at some stage. Obviously, Havertz is out for the season. And what a finish, and well done to him. I've called him San Marino, Dan Marino, but today he was Mikel Merino, number 23. He said he wears it because of Michael Jordan. You know, he hasn't performed at a Michael Jordan level since he's been at Arsenal. But today was his day, man. It was his day. He's the hero today. Well done. That composure, that height. Put him up front. Use him as a link player. Put Trossard on the left. And Nwaneri on the right for the upcoming games, people. So well done to Merino. Big up Trossard on the assist. Lovely ball to the back post. Didn't think Trossard was that good today overall, but it was an important moment. Moment of silence and clarity for Raheem Sterling for that performance. I said before the game, I reckon he's going to score today. I mean, the only way he's going to score is if he plays FIFA tonight. And even then, not sure. But he was absolutely dreadful today. Raheem, man. Almost sad to see. You're like, what a player. We nearly got him in an Alexis Sanchez swap deal. There was so little, if anything, that we can cling to there in that performance and go, okay, he didn't play well, but at least he was running past the defender with ease. At least his crossing was good. At least his shooting was good. His dribbling was brilliant. Look at the skill. What can we as fans cling to in that performance and say, well, maybe he can build on that? Didn't look that quick. Dribbling wasn't great. Wasn't that strong. His shooting was awful. His crosses were poor. It was an absolute dreadful performance. Honestly, and I don't even want to banter him too much, but he's got to do something. And I'm almost at the point, do you send him back to Chelsea and just pay the wage? Because the reality is we can't cancel the loan without paying the wages. Chelsea might not even allow us to cancel the loan, but it wasn't even a building block performance, and you're playing against the second worst defence in the league. So if he can't deal with James Justin at right back, how's he going to deal with, somebody like Reece James or somebody? It was a disaster class for Raheem. Almost sad to see a player performing at that level who's won multiple league titles, man. It just didn't. It still doesn't look like he's an Arsenal player. When I watch him in an Arsenal shirt, it's like he's just turned up for the day for work experience. It's a mad one, but I don't know what you do with Sterling. Well, I know what you do in the short term. You bench him for West Ham. You play Trossard on the left and Merino up top and Nwaneri on the right. I mean, is it low confidence or is he just not the player he used to be? I think I've said this many times about Sterling, man. He made his debut at 16. He's now 30 years of age. I think the years have caught up on him. Playing for 14 years at the top level in English football is going to catch up with you at some stage. And I think that's crept up on Raheem Sterling now. Most players get a 10, 12, 15-year career. He's 14 years in already. I think it's time for him to, go and play in the MLS or in Saudi or something, because this ain't for him no more by the look of it, unfortunately. But we're going to need him as a squad player at least until we get people back. Declan Rice in the 8 role for me as well needs to be spoken about. Declan Rice, the driving runs are good. But the end product isn't good enough for me. There was a couple of times today, man, his passing was so poor. One time he could have laid it into Sterling. He played it behind him. He delayed a pass to Trossard. He had a header that he put wide. Declan Rice is a 6. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Declan Rice is a 6. The qualities you want from an 8 are not the qualities in his game. I want shooting. I want creativity. I want you to split the defence with your passing. That's not Declan Rice. Declan Rice is a physical player. Tackle, win the ball back, start the attacks. Yeah, he's not amazing at receiving the ball on the half turn, but he got in team of the season in the 6, and we're playing him in the 8. He's not an 8. So I think long term, they've got to look at that if you're going to get the best out of him. I rate Declan Rice, but play him in his best position. Partey, today, he did some good things, but he did some bad things. You know, he gave the ball away cheaply today. He's had a couple games lately where been a little bit questionable after a very good season. A bit of a, you know, I want to check your passport performance. Are you a 55-year-old grandfather? Or are you the 30-year-old centre mid that's played well for the majority of the season? Listen, it was a vital victory. For 75 minutes, I would have deleted all of that game. It was not good. But we got going for the final 15 minutes and got the vital 3 points. Another clean sheet for David Raya. Thought Jurriën Timber was superb today. Absolute animal. We went through the wars today, man. Lots of kicks and stuff where people were clattering him, but he dealt with it. Gabriel and Saliba, rock solid. Odegaard, for me, couple of good moments, couple of good passes, but still doesn't look the Odegaard before that ankle injury. Still, his shots are getting blocked and not getting, you know, not causing problems. I think Odegaard plays too deep in this team. I've said this time and time again. I want Odegaard playing passes that can lead to goal-scoring opportunities, which means I want you 10 yards outside the penalty area. Odegaard, for me, has to come too deep to get the ball in this team. He's 40, 50, 60. He's 50 yards away from the goal at times. I think he needs to play higher up the pitch and be more of a goal threat. But still, we're not seeing the best of him since injury. So, anyway, important win. Who was your man of the match? Miles Lewis-Skelly was excellent. Merino was the hero, but I think there's no doubt Ethan Nwaneri, a star is born, people. Let me know in the comments what you think. West Ham next week, Saturday, 3 p.m. And let's see what happens. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. See you all soon, people. Bless.